What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the walkthrough, and here we are at Ashina Outskirts. So, the very first thing we're going to do is head on over to the left. Take this guy out. Mentions you got to hold down X to pick up loot, and we have an enemy that should be hanging out right there. So, our first aerial death blow. Go ahead and grab the pellet, grab the shard, and then some enemies right up here, but we're not going to take them out just yet. Instead, we're going to rope on up. This guy, we should have a sugar here. Go. And we're heading on over that way. Next. Head and pick up the ceramic shard, and then if you look, you can drop down here. You get another Akko sugar. Alright, so we're going to rope back up. We're going to actually get even higher here. Make our way over to that gate. Dispatch these guys from behind. Got one there, we got one here. We got the one that's down in the field. Drop into the grass and crouch. Right, should have some sugar, and then let me take a look. Let's see. There's also an ash and a pellet right here that I wrote down. Okay, oh, there's all. Red. Ash. Here, pellet. Let's kill the wolf. So you can actually parry the wolves, by the way. Or deflect, I should say. Pretty cool. Go ahead, grab the ceramic shard. One up here. Before we hit this idol up, jump across. Go in here to pick up the shuriken wheel. Now we're going to go back and outfit that back at the temple. We also have Emma here now. She is the one who can upgrade our gourd. Go ahead and run through her dialogue. Basically saying that she's here to help you. Also, anytime you have a chance, just come here and make sure you talk to her. You want to constantly run through her dialogue to the point where she has nothing else to say. And this is going to be important later on because you need to have her her dialogue exhausted for late game. Anyway, to run through this, he says that he'll fit his tool on and any other tools that you find. Here, great loaded shuriken. Now, anytime you find a new prosthetic tool, you gotta come to him, you gotta outfit it, and then you just go here, put it on. You can have up to 3 at a time. In addition to that, when you upgrade a prosthetic tool, you have to go here and select it. So like there, you'll actually have shuriken, charged shuriken, the piercing shuriken. You need to equip them. They're considered separate from the other ones. So anyway, now that that's done, spirit emblem. But we need to use our shurikens. travel on back to Ashina Outskirts to the gate path. Alright, so we're gonna go up to the rooftop. Cross over here to get a pellet. There's a rooster over there. You can kill the roosters, you can death blow them, or you can fight them. But what's important to note is that if they see you, they'll basically alert other enemies. But right now we're going to open up on this general. Anytime you're up against a mini-boss, guy like this, you can usually get a death blow. Those 2 red circles above his health bar means that he has essentially like 2 lives. You need to do 2 separate death blows. So, go ahead and get a freebie. Quick introduction to perilous attacks. Anytime you see that red icon, it means a perilous attack is coming. If it is a sweeping style attack, you need to jump over it. If it's a thrusting attack, you can either deflect it or Makiri counter, which we don't have yet. And if he's trying to do a grab, you just need to dodge it with B. So, anyway, get that, and now we're just gonna clap this guy's cheeks. As I mentioned before, best thing to do here is to just try and stay aggressive. It's gonna recover poise for him. Anytime he does that sweep, you can actually bounce off of his head. Tried to do it there, but messed up the timing just a little bit. Taking him down gets us our first prayer beads. So prayer beads are how you increase your overall health and posture in Sekiro. Every time you get 4 prayer beads, you're able to get this on up. So, got him dead. Make sure to suck this gold before he falls. We're gonna go on over here. Got the fistful of ash. And I want to hop back up. Kill the rooster. And we're going this way now. So I want to point out that there is a merchant right over there. You can see that hut with all the crows. We're going to be making our way over there in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna drop down to the grass to the left. Have an enemy just over here. We're gonna death blow him. See enemies patrolling. We don't want to deal with them just yet. Instead, rope on up to this tower. You're gonna get a light coin purse. See another enemy right here. Go ahead and take him out. Back into stealth. Just as a general rule of thumb, even though there's like an enemy right here, you know, and he's building up his meter, if you crouch, you notice the meter starts going down. So even if you're not in hard cover, you know, something like the grass or whatnot, just crouching effectively enters your stealth, allowing you to just be a lot less visible to enemies overall. So there's just something to keep in mind there. So anyway, we're going to circle back around here now that that patrol is gone. And what we want to do is make our way up there. Just a nice little spot to see everything from. So as you can see, we have 3 guys down there. We have 2 guys over here. And what we're going to do is hop on over here. There's an eavesdrop opportunity. They're just talking about you know, the various bosses we have coming up. Genichiro, all that. So at this point, what we want to do here, we don't want to engage them just yet. Instead, we're going to jump on down here. Take out the big boy first. And after that, we can take out the remaining enemies. Now you can see these guys over here are looking for us. We already killed the gunner up there, so that makes things a little bit easier. Notice that even though the other enemies are looking for me, I'm in a fight with this guy. Basically, being found by one enemy doesn't necessarily mean that they're all going to swarm you at the same time. Ooh. But if you do get found by multiple, good rule of thumb is you can always just run, jump, and essentially reset. But keep in mind, you know, this is a ninja game. So we're gonna chill up here. See, a couple of them are throwing rocks. And right here, this is a nice spot because none of them have visibility of us, so we can just kind of chill here for a second. You can see now that we already have yellow icons up, that means that they have lost sight of us and they're now looking for us. So now we're just gonna look for good opportunities to reopen. Got those three right there. We have that one over there kind of by himself. He's probably gonna be the one that we go for here. Oh, and it didn't give me a death blow option. Wow, I feel a little bit robbed right there. Alright, well, we're gonna lure him up here. We'll fight him one at a time. They're not interested in doing one at a time fights. See, we're effectively just using these stairs as a choke point here. Just forcing the enemies to come out one at a time on me. Come on. Another one coming from behind, so once again. So they're both right there looking for us. I also like to live dangerously. Actually gonna rope on down. Last time the death blow didn't show up. And with that death blow not showing up, take too much damage. Oh man, I thought I was about to fall off. Whew. Go. Down there. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. Anyway, drop on down here. Ebu Balloon of Wealth. Next we got some roosters we gotta kill over here by the old lady. That takes care of all the enemies in the area, by the way. As you can see, nothing hanging out over here anymore. I know it's a rooster, but honestly, be careful of these things. They can be brutal if you're not cautious. So. Grab a couple coin purses. And back on out and jump up over to here. I'm gonna talk to this old lady who thinks we're her son. Anyway, run through her dialogue. She gives you a bell to offer to Buddha. This is going to be very important. If you miss this, you're missing out on an entire zone. Going over here, talk to Dying Guy. This is actually her son. Go back, talk to them each again. See, she wants you to offer the charm to Buddha, which we're going to do in a second here. Go back, just tell to him. He says, thanks for humoring my mother, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so now, instead of going this way, we're going to be making our way on up. So, rope. Rope. And rope again. Here we go, our very first merchant. This guy sells pellets, antidotes, ungos, light purses, and most importantly, firecrackers. Now we're at 187 gold, but you'll remember we just picked up some coin purses. So we're going to go ahead and sell 3 of them real fast, and then I can kill an enemy. No, you know what? That's risky. Let's just be smart about this. So use another coin purse, just so you have the gold. Go ahead and purchase the firecrackers. It's a lot. You don't need to get them this second, but it is better to get these sooner rather than later, because we're going to need these for 2 different upcoming bosses. Here, do I have my idol yet? I do. Pop the homeward idol and head back to the dilapidated temple. Okay. Training option now available. We'll go over here. Talk to her. Give her the gourd seed. This will give us 2 healings with our gourd. So one thing I want to point out is until you start dying and spreading dragon rot, her dialogue won't advance. So at some point you got to die. And then, you know, she'll have a new set of dialogue that'll open up. And after that, you need to collect dragon rot from somebody that has been afflicted with it. So, more than likely, because of how early you are in the game, if you're dying, you'll end up getting either the old lady that just gave you the bell or her dying son. It doesn't matter which, but when one of them have dragon rot, make sure to go and get the dragon rot, get the blood sample from the gift to Emma to help advance her quest line. Go ahead and create the firecracker. We now have that, which isn't going to be too useful yet. You can use the firecracker. The shuriken is great for popping off wolves and knocking out enemies that like to jump. The firecracker is really useful against beasts, which is what we need it for coming up. But aside from that, it can help to immobilize foes if you're surrounded. If you need like a get out of jail free card, you can throw out the firecracker and then haul ass to escape. Go over here. Should have, yes, we have exactly 1 skill point. So the very first thing we're going to get here is Whirlwind Slash. Now, while Whirlwind Slash isn't a particularly awesome combat art, it does give us access to mid-air deflection, which is incredibly important to get your hands on. So go ahead and pick up Whirlwind Slash for now. That on here. You use combat arts by just holding down the deflect button, pressing your attack. Over here, knock out the training opportunity with Training Bro. See, we now have consecutive deflections, vit and posture, countering thrust attacks, and countering sweep attacks. Feel free to do those as needed. Importantly, though, we're going to head on over to the Buddha, offer the bell. Years ago. And welcome to Harada Estates. First thing we're doing here is grabbing a pellet. Go ahead and hit up the idol. Now I would recommend you're going to be switching back and forth between this area and the Ashina outskirts. We're going to do a large portion of Harada Estate now. Very, very much recommend doing this area at this point. I ended up thinking it was, you know, supposed to be for later in my Let's Play and made things way, way harder than they needed to be. There. Grab this, Fistful of Ash. Talk to this dude. Mention how we're the son of Owl. Tell him that there's the thieves at Harada Estate. You gotta hurry for the Divine Heir. Tells you it's the year of the Dragon Spring Pilgrimage, basically 3 years ago. So your character's like, hold up, I'm in a memory. Anyway, jump across to the bridge. These guys can be a little annoying because of the torch. The best thing to do is honestly just stay aggressive and eat the piss out of them like you saw right there. So run over here and grab the dousing powder. Scroll my notes a little bit here. Perfect. Alright, and then we're gonna go this way. Treasure carp scale. Those are gonna come into play in just a little bit here. So for now, jump back up. Ooh, aggressive. Stop that. One thing I want to point out right there, you saw he had a perilous attack. That was a thrust coming my way, but instead I just hit him. Anything that's a smaller enemy like that, even when they do perilous attacks, you can usually just attack them and basically break their ability to advance on you. This also counts for like generals when they're trying to do their poise thing. Shuriken to kill the wolves. One thing you'll also notice I'm doing a lot of here is as I'm running up, I'm doing that running slash, the dodge slash. Very, very useful to do that. It just does a lot of damage. So grab this right now. Shard. We're going to rest here. Actually, we're not going to rest. We're going to get the idol. But hop back up for now. And ignore those enemies. And we're going to be heading over this way. And here he is. So go ahead. Shank this guy. Wolf. I'm like, I know there's not another wolf here. Grab the possession balloon. Let's see. Hop down, grass, enemy, wolf, balloon. That. Alright, and then, oh, right there. So these are treasure carps. You'll notice them because they're different from the other fish. You need treasure carps for something we're going to do in a second. There's a couple right here. Best way to get it is swim slowly, slowly, and then just like that. Use your dodge button, followed by your R1, and you'll swim and then do a thrust, which will allow you to shoot on over to the carps and take them out pretty easily. These carps are almost like the crystal lizards from something like Dark Souls. If they see you, they're going to run. And when I say run, I don't just mean like run and, you know, you chase them. I mean run and disappear. You can get them back by just as reloading the area, so. Kill the carps. There's a couple that are underwater that you can't worry about for now. Later in the game, we'll gain the ability to dive under the water. But until then, just don't worry about them. Go over here, grab the gold bag. Then we're going to talk to Carp Bro. So very important that you come here early on, and the reason for that is we want to get the withered red gourd. Now what's so great about this is a reusable gourd that we can use to reduce burn buildup, and this entire area being filled with fire and guys carrying torches, needless to say, there's going to be a lot of fire. You can pick up a divine grass if you want, doesn't really matter. Just to quickly discuss the other things, floating passage text is a combat art. It's pretty cool, it does a fair amount of damage, but in general it's kind of useless against posture. And then the mask fragment, there are 3 different mask fragments. One costs 7 scales, one costs I believe 12. The last piece costs 5,000 gold, and when you have the mask complete, you can offer it 5 attack points to increase, or excuse me, 5 skill points to increase your raw attack power. So it's very much a end game, almost post game type item. I would not suggest worrying about it for now. So anyway, after that, go ahead and rest and go back to the last idol that we visited, which is the estate path, and that is where the next part of this walkthrough is going to continue. As for our next episode, we're going to be making our way through a large portion of Harada Estate, so make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll also be picking up 2 new Shinobi tools as well, which is pretty awesome. So thanks for coming on by, and I'll catch you guys later today with part 3.